pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much and welcome everyone. At this time, I would like to have the Secretary do a roll call for us.
Mayor Brandt?
Here.
President Ball?
Here.
Vice President McCleary?
Here.
Mrs. DiDomenico?
Here.
Mrs. Haynes?
Here.
Mrs. Skrobak?
Here.
Mrs. Sweeney?
Here.
Chief McKeown?
Here.
Mr. Wells?
Here.
Mrs. Catania will be late.
She is running a little bit behind. Double booked.
Exactly. Mrs. DiLorenzo Roski?
Here.
Miss Hattie?
Here.
Miss Rivera?
Here.
Miss Valente?
Here.
You have your quorum.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I would like to make a motion to accept the chair would accept a motion for the March 2026 council meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Did anybody have any questions? Any questions on the minutes? Nope. Thank you. Motion carries. Then that's what we will do. Going out of the regular order, I would ask the borough secretary to entertain the correspondence.
Oh, we have none.
Nothing?
No correspondence.
All right. We would like to have a call to citizens for agenda-related items only. Hearing none, at this time, the chair would entertain a motion to adopt Resolution 1908, which will appoint our new council member through the January 2028. I made phone calls to all of council early in the week to see out of the three candidates that everybody knew who would probably be the best fit or things like that. People were not divided, but certainly had questions. But I believe that we kind of narrowed it down to Allison Giannakis. Sorry, I'll get it. So the chair will entertain a motion for Allison Giannakis to fill the unexpired term.
Can we vote on that?
Yes, the chair, there's a motion on the table. If there's not general consent, then we can do a roll call vote.
Yeah, I'd like to make the motion to, I'm interested in Perry.
It would be an amended motion.
Yeah. He's one of the applicants. I would like to also put Perry on the table for a vote.
All right. We start with Barry, we start with Allison.
We do roll
I have a sheet here if you want to do just a voice vote.
Yeah, let's do a roll call vote. I guess we'll do Perry first and then we'll do Allison.
There was another applicant,
Yeah,
so why don't we vote and say who we want? There were
So,
3 applicants.
Well, we need 4. The person who we choose has to have 4 votes. So we vote for all 3. So that way someone can get the 4.
What would happen? if
Not
it was tied?
necessarily. It requires a plurality. If there are 3 candidates potentially that are up, it is possible, yes, that a candidate could be selected on 3 votes, right? If there are only 2 candidates, then that would require 4 votes. But it's possible it could go 3, 2, 1.
So are we doing all 3?
I would say that's only right.
All right, at this time, we have a motion amended on the table to start the nomination processes for the vacancy. Perry Swaggart had a motion made. Is there a second for that?
Second.
All right, roll call vote?
Mr. Bull,
No?
Mrs. DiDomenico,
Yes.
Mrs. Haynes, Mr. McCleary,
So this is just for Barry?
Yeah.
No.
Mrs. Skrobak,
Yes.
Mrs. Sweeney.
No.
You have 3 yeses, 3 noes.
And again, that vote fails, again, requires 4 votes, or a plurality for that particular candidate. So that fails on a 3-3 vote.
At this time, we will enter nominations for Allison Giannakis for the vacancy of council.
Mr. Bull,
Yes?
Mrs. DiDomenico,
No.
Mrs. Haynes,
No.
Mr. McCleary.
No.
Mrs. Skrobak,
No.
Mrs. Sweeney.
No.
You have 1 yes, 5 noes.
Ready? And then Kyle,
We have 1 additional candidate.
there's a nomination on the table for Kyle Palmer.
Second.
Mr. Bull,
No?
Mrs. DiDomenico,
No.
Mrs. Haynes.
No.
Mr. McCleary,
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak,
No.
Mrs. Sweeney.
Yes.
2 yeses, 4 noes.
With that, it appears we are unable, right, to reach a consensus on the candidate. Under the Pennsylvania Borough Code, Borough Council has 30 days, right, to fill the vacancy, right? And we are approximately 15 days in. We accepted the resignation of Mr. Capobianco on April the 1st. And so this Borough Council has exclusive jurisdiction, right, to fill that vacancy. So we have up until May the 1st. And so if there would be perhaps a change in perhaps position of Borough Council, we can in fact schedule, right, a special meeting between now and May 1st, an advertised public meeting, and we could take another vote. If Borough Council is unable, right, to fill the vacancy by May 1st, then it's the vacancy committee that would then have jurisdiction to fill the vacancy, and they would have 15 days from May 1st to May 16th to fill that vacancy. And the vacancy committee consists of the 6 members of Borough Council and the vacancy chairman, who was appointed on or about January the 6th of 2026. And I believe that gentleman's name is Mr. Howard Pritchard. So apparently we are unable to move forward with filling the vacancy this evening. But again, Borough Council retains jurisdiction to possibly fill that vacancy up until May the 1st. And then after that, the vacancy board would have jurisdiction. If the vacancy board is unable to fill the vacancy within the next 15 days from May the 1st to May the 16th, then the Delaware County Court of Common Pleas, the judge on that court would fill the vacancy. So that is the procedure that we will follow.
Thank you, Solicitor Wills. Moving along, we will go to the Secretary's report.
Can I ask you a question first? Can anybody else apply? Or is it closed to those 3?
Under the law, potentially additional applicants could apply.
Okay.
It's not
I'm just curious.
foreclosed, yeah. The
Okay.
Borough Code is silent on that, so there's no prohibition about perhaps additional applicants if they wish to forward a letter and a resume. Again, Borough Council has 15 days potentially to fill the vacancy. It would have to be done, obviously, at a public meeting, an advertised public meeting in compliance with the Pennsylvania Sunshine Law.
Thank you. Secretary's report for April 15th. For March, not counting taxes, the borough had $10,100 brought in fees for permits, inspections, rubbish fees, and the like. Reminder that the statement of financial issues are due Friday, May the 1st. If you know you owe me one and you haven't given me one, I have forms here tonight. You can pick one up. I will issue an email next week to those who have not yet submitted one. We have one outstanding right to know that's the response is due by 4/29. Probably send that out next week and get it off our books. For Mr. Bull, we're going to need a third signature for the bank accounts. In an effort, I was talking to Mr. Bull earlier tonight, in an effort to free up some file space, I'm trying to get myself familiar with the municipal records manual to just find out how long we have to keep certain documents. We have no file space here, none at all. And I know we have a lot of stuff that's old, so I'm going to get myself familiar with this, see what we can get rid of, and how we have to go about getting rid of it.
Can we digitize them?
Beg your pardon?
Can we digitize them and then get rid of them?
I don't know that we have to, but it's an option. Again, let me look into this. Reminder, office is closed next Wednesday. I don't care what's on social media. And my last thing, I want my space back.
We're working on that.
All right.
The treasurer will have.
Got to get the cops out of my space. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Moving along to the president's report, I have a couple points of order. One was going to be the ethics forms are due 5/1. There was some questions about the mail-in ballot box status that's out front. I called the person in charge of it, and he said during COVID there was essentially like 45 boxes, and in an interest to kind of whittle that down to what his team can take care of, he was looking at the density and where people had opportunities to vote with the ballot boxes. So I had a really nice conversation with him, making no decisions without bringing it to council, but it is entirely too close to the primary to do anything with, even though it was slated to be removed on Friday. So at this time, it's there. It's kind of the will of council, because it does have, and I understand his point. They put a bunch out during COVID, but there's TV monitoring, there's polls, there's cameras, there's a lot of back office things, and he knew exactly how far away. I believe he said one in Brookhaven. He gave me like 3 other ones that were within like 0.2 of a mile. So it all made some sense, but right now we don't have to make a decision, but we'll leave it to council to see where we go. I truly don't have a horse in the race as far as that. It was just to make his team have a little bit better ability to serve their, I wouldn't say constituents, but certainly voters. Secondly, the Brinker Simpson has made some financial recommendations. We will discuss those under new business. And some of them were very sound advice. It's, I don't want to say common sense, but it's just, it's solid ways to do it. So it's a 4-page document. We may not read the whole thing, but the crux is that it's going to give us a little bit tighter regulation around. I mean, directly, the one biggest thing is each police car, each piece of equipment will have its own card, and each of the operators will have their own ID. And it is critical that they use the actual mileage of the vehicle every single time. It's just basic housekeeping. And those sort of things, they go a long way. They help figure out if your car is doing, okay, or if you have problems with it, and things like that can be picked up. The last thing is we do have 2 alternates, or perhaps 3 alternates, that we will need for the zoning hearing board. We have that later in the meeting to discuss. And there are some committees that will get moved around as we have new, we have a vacancy, now we have a new chair, we have a few things like that. One of the committees I would like to establish that we haven't had is a police pension committee. There's a lot of moving pieces to it, and I don't want to pretend that I know everything about it, but it goes off the MMO. There's a number of other variables. So I think a small committee of people can help with that to make sure our police pension's fully funded and taken care of properly. Not lastly, but all of council received the guide that the Pennsylvania Borough Associations initiated in, I believe, 2007 about the junior council positions. 18-page guide. It's a great read. I think you guys have it at the desk. Have a look through it. It's much more of a civil engagement. It was born out of a lot of people in Pennsylvania move out of Pennsylvania, for some of your states and things like that. So you kind of have to engage the youth, things like that. So the table's yours. It's going to be really yours in about 20 years. So I applaud everyone for stepping up and being a part of junior council. When I came on, it was pretty close to the first junior council person, and it was just kind of neat. So I support the program with whatever the junior council people want to enact for the council, and I count on their committee to get that across the finish line. Lastly, this was a guide. I searched in vain to find it for all of council. It's just a great book. I don't know if I'm going to cut the binding and just have photocopies made, because I don't know if it's still in publication, but just great answers, like what does the mayor do in the course of a tie? It's just a great book. It may be from 2007, but it has the full sunshine rules. So I'm going to use it as my guide for quorums, presidents, pro tem, everything. It goes all the way through. It's a great publication. If I can't get it to you, by buying it through the borough association, we'll figure something out. There was a new one made in 2018, but it really ran circles around the heart of what I was hoping we could get done. So with that, I will, at this time, I would like to give up the chair to the vice president so I can do the finance report. All right. You want me to hand it down?
No, I'm good.
All right, perfect. Moving along, the Borough to Parkside, report to the Parkside Borough from Brinker Simpson, dated April 10th, 2026, meeting April 15th, 2026. All bank accounts are reconciled through March 31st, 2026. We are including the bank reconciliations and statements for all reconciled funds for council's approval. We're also including in this report the monthly transaction report for firehouse expenses. General fund for the month of March, $10,457.88 was deposited into TD Bank. Expenses of $85 were paid. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I was like, okay. During this time, $228,915.96 of deposits were received into Sharon Bank general fund account, and $159,352.18 of disbursements were made, including payroll and related expenses in the amount of $57,548.90. Year-to-date interest income across all accounts totals $3,433.88. At this time, I would like to make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
Oh, yeah. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Theo. At this time, I would like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second. Someone want a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Abstain from fire company check and expenses.
Yes, abstain.
Do you need the roll call?
Mhm.
On paying the bills, Mr. Bull,
Yes.
Mrs. DiDomenico,
Yes.
Mrs. Haynes,
Abstain.
Mr. McCleary,
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak,
Abstain.
Mrs. Sweeney,
Yes.
4 yeses, 2 abstentions.
Pass.
Thank you, Mr. McCleary. Moving along, I just wanted to really quickly, and I glazed over because we did have a bunch of points of order for that. I did want to make a statement. Last month, it's only been 15 days since I've been president of council, and there was more reporters in here than residents at the time. I just wanted to make a quick statement. I am generally excited about the path ahead and the meaningful progress we can achieve together. With a shared commitment to collaboration, transparency, and thoughtful decision-making, I am confident we will continue to strengthen our community and enhance the experience for all residents. I look forward to working alongside each of you to build on our successes, address our challenges with a common purpose, and ensure that this council and its professional staff bring long-lasting benefits to those we serve. Just wanted to put that out there. So moving along to, to the open space report, which I will report general progress on. Recreation report, Minnie DiDomenico.
I'm going to pass this down to Dena.
Do
You might as well
Relinquish
read
power back to you?
Oh, do you want to read it?
No, go ahead.
Your recreation, you read it.
Mr. President, want me to relinquish power back to you?
Thank you, sir.
The annual Easter egg hunt was April 4th. It looked like everybody had fun. They introduced a few different surprises this year for the parents and the kids with raffle tickets. Tom's was late, I guess coming from Philly. But if you stuck around, they said the coffee was really good. I'd like to thank all the families who come out and help make the events a fun afternoon. And our next event will be May 16th. It's family bingo at the firehouse.
I would just like to thank the volunteers who came out to
Yes.
help. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, they're always a fantastic time.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad I couldn't make it, but it was, I don't know, being on crutches kind of left it difficult to do an Easter egg scramble. It would have hurt my feelings. So my apologies for not making it. I think I've been there every year for many, many years. So thank you, Minnie. Moving along to police public service report, Michelle Skrobak.
Thank you, Mr. President. For police and public safety report, general progress, I have been keeping in communication with our police chief. Code enforcement, I have, write it down, 25 inspections, all passed, 4 violations, 2 follow-up inspections were conducted, and 2 ongoing investigations. No unresolved issues. May I move on?
Yes.
Ordinances, resolutions, branch reports. I'd like to make a motion to adopt 1907, establishing a new fee schedule for the submission of applications to the zoning hearing board for variances, special exceptions, or other relief.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any questions on the motion, sorry? No questions? All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 1909, appointing up to 3 residents to serve as alternate members of the zoning hearing board.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have names for that motion? It has blank. I was going to offer it to Kyle Palmer, Perry Swagger, and Howard Pritchett, but I don't know where that plays out with the possibility of being on council.
Mhm.
The zoning hearing board and borough council are incompatible offices. So if Ms. Palmer or Mr. Swagger are potential candidates to fill that position on Borough Council. I suggest Borough Council then refrain from appointing them as alternate members of the zoning hearing board. Again, that would be an inherent conflict under Pennsylvania law.
Do we have to
Anybody?
appoint now, or can we just put?
Table.
I mean,
put it
I
out
think we
there?
should either table it, or if any of the residents have any kind of an interest to be alternates in the zoning hearing board, feel free to raise your hand and we'll get your name written down. I don't believe there's a huge threshold to taking part in that. It just comes down to alternates. If some of the zoning hearing board people can't make it or not available, that you would be brought in. It is a solid way to steer the direction of your town and how it would look in the future for people. Any residents?
Just point of information, again, the zoning hearing board consists of 3 members, right? Residents of the community. They cannot serve on any other elected or appointed position. And again, the Pennsylvania Municipalities Planning Code permits the borough to appoint up to 3 alternates to serve in the event perhaps one of the zoning hearing board members is unable to attend, whether that be sickness or perhaps out of town or work commitment for whatever reason, then those alternate members could serve. And again, that's a very, very important position as it adjudicates zoning hearing board applications that may come before the board.
Howard Pritchard.
Can you do that?
Can I do it? I'm not sure.
Vacancy chair.
You cannot serve.
Can I have your name again? I'm
I'm
sorry.
interested.
Can I have your name?
Asia Rosario, Rosario. Asia, ASIA.
All right. And anybody else want to be a part? All right.
Do you need money?
All right, at this time, we have Asia Rosaria, Kim Roman, and Judy Saunders interested in the position. We have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. Approve? Motion to approve?
Yes.
Roll call vote or
Do we need a roll call vote, or is it general consent? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Please see the borough secretary at the end of the meeting. Get all your information down, if you don't mind, Mr. Secretary. That will be a huge help to get that. And thank you for serving on the board. It is appreciated. Moving along, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Moving along, ordinances are taken care of. At this time, we'd like to move to the license and inspections report. Ms. Sarah Haynes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Licenses and inspections is handled by Catania Engineering. She's not here at the moment, but she does a great job. Her company does a great job. We don't have to worry about anything really. She's on top of it. Maybe.
She sent a report this year.
Oh, yes.
First quarter permit, want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Parkside Borough first quarter permit report for the month of January. Total of 6 permits, 3 building, 3 plumbing. Total cost of the jobs was $26,714. Permit fees, $1,123. For February, there were 4 permits, 2 building, 1 plumbing, 1 electrical. Total cost of jobs, $21,138. Fees, $1,163.50. For March, there were 9 permits, 3 building, 1 plumbing, 2 mechanical, 1 electrical. Cost $53,497. Total permit fees, $1,627. Total cost of jobs for the 3 months, $101,349. Permit fees, $3,913.
Thank you.
Sure.
Would you like to move to the communications report?
Yes, due to recent changes in Borough Council, I have postponed the newsletter that happened to highlight the new council members and their positions. So I'm waiting to see what the new council members and their positions are gonna be. In the meantime, I'm just gonna print the events of the year, so if anybody has any events for the year that I can put out, please bring them to me again, so I can have them sent out. That's all.
Oh, thank you so much. At this time, we will move along to the recycling MS4 report. Councilwoman Dena Sweeney.
Thank you, President Bull. For trash for the month of March, the borough collected 97.85 tons of trash and 18.44 tons of recycling. We had 2 residential complaints, one regarding how trash pickup was handled, and another noting that their street was missed during a regular collection day. Both issues were forwarded to B&L Disposal, and I was informed that each situation has been resolved. Can I move on to Hometown Heroes?
Can I ask you one question about the trash pickup? Do they not have a spot on their website where you can report for any resident to say?
They do, but this particular gentleman thought that he didn't need to do that and that we needed to do it for him. So
No.
I had no problem with doing that.
Thank you so much.
You're
Yes, please.
Continue, Hometown? I completed a full review of our Hometown Heroes banners. I went through the borough to document all current banners, including photos and exact locations, because we didn't have that on file. We are now waiting on the proper equipment so we can safely remove the banners that are badly damaged, particularly along Edgemont Avenue. Once they're removed, these banners will be set aside for families who wish to pick them up. That's all I have. Thank you.
Ms. Sweeney, would you be opposed to us getting some banners that have like the 250th on it or some of those sort of things?
No, I wouldn't be
Look into
opposed to
it.
that.
Maybe we could look into something just to dress up the borough for the 250th.
Would that be through the same company, or do we look at other companies for that?
I'm going to defer to your expertise.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to move along to the Public Works, Vice President McCleary.
I'll just give a quick update on the building. In the last month, we approved to move forward with getting the foundation repaired. The company ordered the materials, takes about 2 weeks, and then once they get the materials in, we're working on scheduling. Mr. Wills is working with Catania with the final contract agreement.
Yes.
So,
They should be returned very shortly.
and then as far as update on repairs and the police station from the water, we received a check from the insurance company, and we're not too happy with the amount, but we're gonna probably try to rebuttal or see if we can get more
You
money.
can absolutely.
Yeah, so, but that's ongoing, and the rest, I just want to report general progress.
Thank you, sir. Would you like to move along to the Junior Council report?
Yes, junior council's kind of the same boat, general progress. Lot going on here last month, so I haven't had an opportunity to sit down with these ladies yet, so we're planning on sitting down soon, stuff, but, so I'll just report general progress right now. They're working on it. They have ideas, I just haven't had a chance to talk to them about it, so.
Absolutely. Would you mind if I asked them if they had anything to say?
Sure.
Junior Council, do you have anything you want to bring to the table?
All I say is, Mr. McCleary said, I gathered up some of the ideas, but we'd like to narrow them down based on considering the interest of the council's ideas and what they think is preferred.
I did get you, or I'm sorry, the secretary did make sure you had a copy of the form. Have a read over, see how it fits the goals that the junior council may have, and as far as that committee goes. General progress for you? Yep. Thank you, sir. Moving along to the mayor's report. Mayor Brandt.
Hello. I would also just say general progress in the mayor's department. Minnie, welcome back. It's nice to see you. And I do have a question. Who does the storm drains, would that be you? Is that
Yeah.
you? Is there any way that we can, in the future, get more of the labels for the storm drain that say no dumping? They've been off, some of them for years. Like, I know on my street, there's maybe 3, and school property, there's also 3 that are missing.
Okay,
So
we can talk about.
maybe
Sure.
that would help people from
Do you,
dumping stuff and stuff.
do you know
So,
which ones are?
I can find out for you or take a picture of it for you, but it's maybe a 3-inch sticker that says no dumping in the drain. There's-
Okay.
All right, I am gonna turn the crime report over to Chief.
Good evening. The crime report for March, we had 10 crimes reported, with 3 thefts, 1 property damage, 1 weapons offense, 1 call for shots fired, 1 harassment, 1 noise complaint, and 2 borough ordinance violations. Our calls for service are 220. Roads prevalent, building checks and area checks are 34. Medical calls, we have 7. We had 5 domestics, 7 suspicious conditions, and we have 3 criminal investigations. For vehicle, we have 2 accidents. We have 95 motor vehicle stops, 74 citations, and 52 warnings. And then just a note, the Delaware County Police Chiefs Association will be hosting their annual pig roast. It's Thursday, May 7th at 11 a.m. Tickets are $20, and you can purchase them through me Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. This event is open to anyone who purchases a ticket. That's all I have. Oh, I'm sorry. I did want to report one other thing. Council has asked me to look into some transactions, some fuel transactions for the fire company. I'm happy to report I have reviewed every transaction from January 3rd to March 23rd. There was not a single transaction that was not a firehouse vehicle. So it's my suggestion that that investigation is complete and we close that out.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Since there was one other point of order about the storm drains, the Chester Crum Creek Watershed Association that's applied them to us in the past. They're out on Route 3. They do a great job. I can get the information for you. And I believe they gave us.
I don't know that they did. You might want to contact the conservation district.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Chief. Moving along, did the tax collector leave a report?
Thank you, Mr. President. March 17th, 2026 to April 9th. Treasurer has received a total of $1,408,660.88 to date. There was $1,142,609.89 in revenue deposits from March 17th to April 9th. That check you have. And that's it.
Thank you, sir. Moving along to the fire marshal's report. Did you leave one?
No, he did not.
Moving along to the fire department report. I did see it. Could you go it for us, please?
Parkside Fire Company, April 2026 monthly report. Integrity in service, dedication to neighbors. Point 1, executive summary, accountability and organizational integrity. The Parkside Fire Company acknowledges the recent legal proceedings involving suspended member Nick Capabianco. We maintain a zero tolerance policy for any conduct that violates the public trust. Following a review of our transactions and financial records, the fire company confirms no theft or financial wrongdoing occurred within our organization. While the incident in question took place under the jurisdiction of the borough, the fire company has proactively tightened oversight to ensure our 501c3 remains beyond reproach. We ask the community and council to judge our 55 volunteer members by their continued service and documented integrity rather than the actions of one individual. Number 2, operational impact, the few protecting the many. In April 2026, your neighbors responded to 32 calls for service, including 4 structure fires, 5 automatic fire alarms, 1 rescue NVA with entrapment, 14 medical emergencies, 1 hazardous conditions, 7 public service/other. Staffing reality, while our roster lists 55 members, the physical burden of emergency response falls on an active core of just 8 individuals. The remaining members manage the essential administrative facility and community functions that keep our doors open against the local culture of allowing small firehouses to close. This reliance on a small group is unsustainable and reflects a national volunteer crisis that requires local solutions. 3, strategic success, $230,000 ambulance grant. We are proud the Parkside Fire Company has successfully secured a $230,000 grant for a new ambulance with council, but it has not been said the company has been working directly with State Representative Carol Kazim and her administration on a weekly basis, which was a crucial step towards getting this grant. This achievement reflects our commitment to bringing external resources into Parkside to relieve the burden on local taxpayers. This grant ensures our residents receive top-tier medical care. We look forward to the borough's continued support and optimism as we finalize this project and bring this vital life-saving asset into service. 4, critical infrastructure alert, aging fire apparatus. Our fire suppression fleet remains in a state of critical need. TAC 45, 15 years old. Engine 45-2, 30 years old, 10 years past the industry standard retirement age. Operating 30-year-old equipment increases the probability of mechanical failure during life-saving operations. We must address the funding gap for fire apparatus with the same urgency and success we applied to the MS grant and other public services to ensure no lapse in fire protection. 5, beyond the siren, community investment. Our volunteers serve Parkside even when the trucks aren't moving. In April, we provided hall space and staffing for a grieving family at no cost, hosted American Heart Association certification classes, provided facilities for local youth activities, cheerleading, assisted residents with non-emergency lockouts and hardships, provided food to residents in need with the food pantry. 6, professional development and progress. Leadership. Kevin Lamy has been appointed as Assistant Chief. Safety. Installed a new grant-funded gear washer dryer system to improve firefighter health. Certification. 2 members completed the 40-hour Fire Instructor 1 certification. The gear washer and dryer from the grant has completed installation and will also support cancer reduction support by offering gear cleaning to neighboring fire companies. Within the last year, they also obtained a grant for smokeless exhaust emissions for both engines. 7, call for civil cooperation. There is a concerned trend of excluding fire company members from borough leadership roles and committees based on unfounded generalizations, discriminating against 55 eligible tax-paying residents, many of whom are professional, career-driven people, weakens Parkside's governance. We thank State Representative Carol Kazim and the Pennsylvania State Firemen's Association for their ongoing advocacy. We seek a restored partnership with Borough Council based on facts, mutual respect, and a shared goal, the safety of Parkside residents. Conclusion. The department under pressure, still serving. The Parkside Fire Company is winning grants, training members, and saving lives. Despite the public pressure and emotional strain currently facing our volunteers, we continue to respond. The future of fire protection in Parkside depends on community understanding and borough cooperation. These volunteers are your neighbors. They have proven their integrity through their actions and their success in securing funding for this community. We ask that you stand with us to build a stable foundation where our future is secure, not dependent on shifting alliances or being used as a scapegoat to distract from borough business. Respectfully submitted, the membership of Parkside Fire Company.
Thank you, Bob. I was going to take over and help you on the back 9 of that.
I'll bring him water next time.
Thank you. I'll make sure. So, at this time, I would like to move on to the engineer's report. Ms. Catania.
Thank you. Apologize. I was at Norwood Borough for their workshop meeting for a couple matters that they needed to discuss with me. So I apologize for being late to the meeting. Just a few things that are going on. Still waiting for the additional invoice for Collier. They finished the last part of the report for the pros, the open space and recreation plan. Once we have that, we'll ask for the final reimbursement for that grant. The structural work that needs to be done, I don't know if that was mentioned prior. The contracts, I spoke to Jay. Jay put the contract together for Nell Construction. It was approved at your meeting, emergency meeting a week and a half ago, I guess, 2 weeks ago.
15 days ago.
Yeah. And he got that agreement over to Ernell. Ernell has signed it. I spoke to him this morning. He called to tell me that the helical piles have been ordered and they're expected in 2 weeks, and they'll start the work in 2 weeks. That's with the material actually showing up, but so far that's what they're expecting. We're waiting on the agreements for the DCD grant for the Greenways, Trails, and Recreation grant that we received. That's $34,000 to do a woodlot master plan for re-landscaping and other improvements on woodlot. So as soon as we have the executed agreements, we'll be able to go out and get proposals to get that work started. You heard about the emergency apparatus. The mayor and the secretary did approve or did execute the agreements via electronic signature. We're waiting for those final agreements to be returned, fully executed before we can do anything with them. I did about a month ago reach out to the supplier who gave us the proposal for the grant application, and they are not currently a CoStar's vendor. They have their vendors, but they do not have the contract for the ambulance. So we will have to go out for bid for that piece of apparatus. I asked if they had any intention on bidding to be contract eligible, and he didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not so sure that they were actually CoStar's vendors to begin with. We also put together 2 grants for the LSA, the borough building upgrades, which would be upgrades to this room and the community and the hallway, and do the HVAC, the 5th HVAC unit that wasn't done under the previous grant, and woodlot fitness equipment replacements, benches and some swings for to improve the woodlot. We have the pedestrian lighting for Edgemont Avenue that we're awaiting to hear the results of that grant application. That's for phase 4 of the lighting project that we started. So the one side of Edgemont Avenue would be completed with phase 4. I have nothing. I contacted the owner of the former car wash to see where they stood, and I got an email back from the consultant. They're still working on the plans. It's been 2 months since we last saw a submission from them. Quite frankly, I think we're to a point that we've got to push them a little bit and start writing the citations. So if you're okay with our office putting those citations together, we'll move forward with that. I think we're still code enforcement, correct, or no?
Yeah.
You have a code enforcement officer, then he can take care of that. Okay. I wasn't sure who was doing what at this point. My apologies. I should know that, but
Moving quick around here these days.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. It's just called old age. But anyway, that's all I have for this evening. I don't have any update for the paving. I can tell you that PennDOT is paving Upland Avenue as part of the 2026 road program that PennDOT's doing. So I'm hoping that while they're doing that project, they will complete the work on Edgemont Avenue that wasn't done with the last project. We'll have to keep pushing. It may be that we'll need to make a phone call to to Kazim's office and ask her to push PennDOT to get that completed.
What is the Upland Ave project?
I haven't gotten any notification as of yet. You'll probably get a notification from the contractor before I get something from PennDOT saying that that's the project for this year. I just went online and I went into the PennDOT system, and you can actually look. By the way, if anybody wants to assist us with getting the paving done, there is on the PennDOT website, there is a place for complaints. And you can file your complaint. You'll get a complaint number, and you can follow up on those complaints. But I went on that website to see what the projects were, and it just so happens that Upland Avenue was on there. Okay, that's all I have. Anybody have any questions? I'll be glad to answer them.
Whatever we can do to compel the avenue that really doesn't look like a welcome to Parkside type sort of
It does
thing,
not.
that would be fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you, Ms. Catania. I appreciate you. Moving along to the solicitor's report, Solicitor Wills.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The April 15th, 2026 Solicitor's Report is as follows. Number one, delinquent 2025 trash fee accounts. As council is aware, my office drafted and filed approximately a dozen municipal liens against property owners who did not pay their trash fee accounts last year. Since our March meeting, the borough has received one payment from a property owner at 10 West Garrison Road totaling $756.59. Again, that includes court costs, penalties, and attorney's fees. Number two, statement of financial interest. As I've said and repeatedly said through each and every meeting, right, all borough public officials, whether they be elected or appointed, including members of the Zoning Hearing Board and Civil Service Commission, right, are required to file a statement of financial interest with the Borough Secretary's office on or before May the 1st of 2026 to be in compliance with the Pennsylvania Ethics Act. That is 15 short days from now. Number three, Borough Council special meeting agenda for April the 1st of 2026. As the public and council is aware, council held a special meeting on April the 1st to address certain personnel items that had arisen. My office drafted and prepared approximately 12 action items for council's consideration so that Borough Council could promptly address the serious issues involved regarding its former council president. Number four, resolution establishing a new fee schedule for applications to the Zoning Hearing Board. Again, by way of background, the borough's Zoning Hearing Board fee schedule has not been updated for many years, and the present fee schedule is inadequate to compensate the borough for the reasonable and necessary expenses associated with processing Zoning Hearing Board applications. The resolution adopted by Borough Council this evening increases the application fee for properties located in a residential zone from $500 to $750, and for properties located in a commercial zone from $750 to $1,000. And again, I believe that is commensurate with what other boroughs are charging. Number five, Zoning Hearing Board application for 2601 Edgemont Avenue. This is the former antique store. On or about March the 3rd, 2026, the new property owner for 2601 Edgemont Avenue filed a zoning permit application with the borough to utilize the first floor of a commercial storefront in the borough's commercial business district for 3 separate residential apartment units. The application was denied by the Borough Building Code official because apartments in the C2 commercial zoning district do not permit residential apartments on the first floor of a commercial building. The property owner subsequently filed an application and a parking variance to permit the operation of same with the zoning hearing board. Now, the proposed multi-residential use and conversion is contrary to the borough zoning code and comprehensive master plan, which provide for commercial business uses that serve the everyday needs of the community to operate along the Edgemont Avenue business corridor. In addition thereto, there is insufficient off-street parking to accommodate 3 dwelling units, which would require 6 additional motor vehicle spots. Accordingly, I have recommended that council vote this evening to authorize me to appear at the upcoming zoning hearing board meeting on May 6th of 2026 to oppose this particular application. And again, that is an issue for council's consideration under new business this evening. Number 6, contract documents for the police station's helical piles installation. We've spoken about that. Again, my office has drafted the necessary contract documents for the borough's police station helical piles installation project with the Ernal Company in the amount of $30,880. If council shall recall, at its special meeting on April the 1st, it voted unanimously to award said contract. Again, I expect the executed contract documents to be returned by the contractor to the borough secretary later this week so we can begin on that project. And I know that is an issue that is of utmost importance to everyone in this room. Number 7, council member vacancy. Again, as a result of the recent resignation by the former council president, my office drafted the appropriate legal notice that was placed on the borough's website, advertising to the public of the council vacancy and the minimum qualifications necessary for the appointment. I have also advised Borough Council of recent amendments to the Pennsylvania Sunshine Law, which prohibit executive sessions to discuss the appointment or selection of any person to fill a vacancy in the elected office. Now, the borough did receive 4 applications from interested residents seeking to fill the vacancy. One applicant, however, did not meet the mandatory 1-year residency requirement and was disqualified from further consideration. And with that, Mr. President, I can report general progress.
Thank you, Mr. Wills, or Solicitor Wills. It's always a pleasure. 7's a nice number. At this time, I would like to do our call to citizens for any non-agenda related items.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brenda Rowan. I live on Parkside Terrace. My concern, I've been here for 3 years now. I've noticed with the way the apartments are numbered, first responders, delivery drivers always have a problem finding the apartment. If I had $1 for every time I was helping somebody find an apartment, I'd probably be able to pay 1 month's rent. I think that the borough ordinance says numbers need to be clearly visible from the street. So that works for the apartments that face the street, but of the 40 apartments that are on Parkside Terrace, 20 of them have their entrances on the side of the building. So since they cannot be seen from the street, I would recommend that somehow the borough get the apartment numbers labeled on the top of the apartments, like in between the two windows. And I think that would be helpful to solve the situation. So if you guys can look into that.
Because you have the even numbers on the left.
Correct.
On the right.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't know who owns those
Well, they're all,
apartments, that would be the owners.
they're all individual owners. So like for the apartment that I live in, my landlord owns my apartment and the one over top of me. And then there's 4 apartments in each building. The other 2 apartments next to me are owned by one other person. So like generally, if you own the bottom apartment, you own the top apartment, and so on and so forth around the whole facility, the whole complex. So it would be something where maybe code enforcement or the borough council or somewhere, somebody would have to reach out to the property owners and say, these are the letters that we want, these are the numbers that we want, like the size and the color, so that everything is uniform, so that it'll be easier for especially the first responders. I mean, if somebody gets a cold pizza because their delivery driver can't find their apartment, well, so be it. But I've seen where the state troopers had to come out for a domestic and they couldn't find the apartment right away. I mean, we're pretty fortunate. Our Parkside police officers know the layout, but that doesn't always apply. And if they're tied up on another call and we need to, if Brookhaven or Upland or Chester has to respond, they may not be familiar like our guys and ladies in Parkside. So I would like you guys to consider passing an ordinance to have the way the numbers are changed.
Thank you for coming up. I'll have to defer to our professional staff because I truly don't know.
We'll take a look at it, Brenda. I'm not so sure. Again, the new ordinance is required. Again, it is a code issue, as you indicated. We already have an ordinance on the books. Again, each residential dwelling unit is required to have their numbers clearly visible from the street. So
right.
I'll suggest we bring it to the attention of our new code enforcement officer, and perhaps he can provide recommendations to council on what is the best way. Perhaps it's an issue of education, and perhaps we need to send out written correspondence to those property owners that may not be in compliance with our present ordinance. Again, and it goes to an issue of public safety, so I can agree with you. But, like I said, I'm not so sure we necessarily got to draft up and put a new ordinance on the books, but we'll take a look at it. And I think the Borough Council wants to get some recommendations from the code enforcement officer on what is the best way to address that issue.
I did bring it up to the former code enforcement officer, but here we are.
I understand.
I'll reach out to Rich Bender, our code enforcement officer, and talk to him about it.
And by the way, he came through and did an inspection on my apartment. He was way more thorough than the former. So I'm very happy with the way he did that.
I have one quick question for council. Has anybody ever seen the curbs where they do like that? I've seen it in a lot of different townships. Is that spearheaded by the fire companies, or it's a legitimate question for all of council, or that, like, if they have curbage, is there a way to?
Not by the fire companies. I'm not sure. I mean, Lisa, do you know anything about that? With any of that, or anything about that?
The only curb markings that I'm aware of, based on actual ordinances. So we really have to take a look. I don't think it's a big issue. I think, quite frankly, you send a letter to the property owner, letting them know that there should be clear numbering on each one, and it's for emergency services for the most part. That's really our concern, safety paramount. And then send it also to those that are renting that unit so that they can push their landlords to do what's necessary, and then give them a certain amount of time to do it. And at that point, I think the code enforcement officer would be able to go out, but I'm not aware.
Curb or anything?
I've seen it on the
Yeah, I've
curb
seen
at various municipalities,
Mhm.
mostly in Jersey though. I don't know that I've seen it around
Your mind
here.
in Jersey Shore?
No, actually Springfield, because I have to find houses all the time. It's part of my job. So,
Yeah.
thank you. I just
Yeah.
wanted to put that out there because it is a public safety thing. If you truly couldn't find it, let alone be in the dark, let alone,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with pizzas. So thank you for the question. And, any other calls to citizen?
You saw 142, he's scrolling. This is just a reminder, I talked to one of the young ladies there that belonged to the fire company. There's an excellent article in the Town Talk, and it concerns our fire company and about the equipment, how bad it is or how old it is, and how serious a matter is trying to get equipment here at a good price, because now it's almost like one or two companies deal with it now and almost put you out into a bad situation. And I know, as a fire company, we need good safety people. I just wanted you to remind you to read that article. I think it's an excellent article to read because I don't know how much we donate to the fire company. And I know that they said the equipment is old, and those people seem to be really gouging the fire company, especially the volunteer ones. Thank you.
Yes, Andy, actually, there was an article in the Daily Times about this as well, I was reading. They were talking to Springfield, the borough, and I think the fire company, if I recall, so, but I will pass this along to our group. Thank you.
Hi, Judy Saunders. I'm not sure, am I able to speak on the candidates for the position for the empty council seat? I can speak about anything, I'm good. Okay, I really came in here tonight and at the last meeting with a great deal of hope. I hope that we could move forward, that we can move unified with the understanding that we're here for the residents of Parkside. Not just public, not just private interests, not just groups we belong to, not just parties we belong to, but to the people of Parkside. And I look at Kyle Palmer, who showed us that Nick was moving in very unethical ways and was vilified for it, not thanks, but vilified. And I see the same votes against her being the same votes that voted for Nick to be president and keep his paying job as code enforcement. And I think I would really request that you take a moment, you pull back, and you have an active discussion. We don't want this appointed for us and to move in a way that looks very much like you're only moving for certain interest. It's not what I want with my council. I want you to move forward. I want this, I'm a Boy Scout full of integrity, to mean something. And I've seen in the past where I've heard these accolades and it didn't happen. And I don't want this just to be another whitewash. I want you guys to show that you move forward the best interest of all of us in mind. I would hope that you would. And then my second thing is with the Hometown Heroes, are you putting up new banners?
No, we can't. I mean, they're purchased by residents. It's not something we request.
Right, I request, I'm a Gold Star family, and I've requested my brother Chicky. You can't really call him a vet because he was killed in active combat when he was 20 years old, to have his picture put up, filled the application, everything. But just like we've seen before, my application got lost. So my dead brother didn't get any type of ceremony. So if you're accepting that and there's a price to pay, I would love to see him up there.
thank you, but right now, we just need to make sure we get the ones down that need to come down. And you need at least 5 banners. People
To make
purchase
it worthwhile. That's okay. I kind of figured his wasn't going up on the Democrat, but thank you.
Thank you, Judith.
And I don't know if the 250th anniversary one's gonna be 2 or 3 or whatever like that to move processes along as far as that goes. Any other calls to citizens as far as that? If not, we will move along to old business. Does the council have any old business to address? Hearing none. New business, the chair will entertain a motion to authorize the solicitor to appeal on behalf of the borough in opposition to the zoning hearing board application for 2601 Edgemont Avenue that was detailed prior in Solicitor Will's report.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Solicitor Wills. The second one, the chair will entertain a motion to adopt and implement the recommendations of the borough treasurer, providing for additional internal financial controls and record-keeping protocols. Everyone has a copy of that at their desk. It's significant and comprehensive. I know it was late getting to everyone. I'll take responsibility for that. It was it's been a busy 15 days. So thank you for putting everything together. Very short turnaround. As far as that goes, we did have a team call earlier, I guess, yesterday or Monday? Tuesday, yeah. It goes very fast. So it was comprehensive. I was driving and Marcy was kind enough to go over it line by line. And to the strength that Brinker Simpson brings as our financial treasurer, I support them 100% in the work they do. They have done a fantastic job for us, and this will help with making things a little bit smoother. If anybody wants me to read directly which ones they are, but the crux is we'll have a tighter oversight on credit cards. There's no it's out there, it gets taken for whatever needs. The fuel and the mileage have to line up directly with the vehicle that the person is driving. And the statements are now being brought to the borough for a review. I will count on the chief to do that review, as the lion's share of the equipment is his. So we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The motion carries. At this time, I would like to call for an executive session immediately following this meeting to just discuss a few of the things that need to be discussed. At this time, the chair will personnel matters. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
So moved. Thank you, everybody.